SwissBorg is the official partner of my channel where you can buy, sell, hold and more importantly stake your cryptocurrencies. You can even earn yield on your stablecoins. Sign up with my link and you'll earn up to $100 worth of their native token CHSB just for depositing €50 worth of crypto. SwissBorg. Hello everybody, welcome back to another BTFD morning video, which basically is what we appear to be looking at, right? So yesterday we said BTFD is where it's going to be. Probably from the 10 exponential, and that worked out exactly as expected. So now we're sort of coming back down again. But the main thing to focus on is that it was a BTFD. And just before we go into the short-term timeframes and some altcoin stuff, let's just admire something, not just the chart itself, but admire the signal, the main signal that we're focused on here, which is the Ichimoku cloud trend signal. So we were talking about the cheeky span above the price. We're talking about the cross above the cloud, and the price action above the cloud as well. So just those three components should, as it usually does, suggest that we go up and continue to go up. The only way that will be stopped would be when cheeky span touches price action, which at the moment, if we were to dip down, we'd have to dip all the way back down here for this for that signal to be cancelled. Or this blue conversion across the baseline, which is all the way down here. So a fair old dumperoo would have to happen before we see any cancellation of this trend. So BTFD is the name of the game. So what we're seeing here on the 4-hourly is nothing more than just a pump signal that's generated around 27,700. Again, with the dip being bought around the Bollinger Band Center and the 50 exponential, obviously that is the 10 exponential on the daily. So, what are we waiting for then? We're waiting for this trend to continue on the 4-hourly, probably getting picked up around the Bollinger Band Center. So long as we hold 28,200, we should immediately continue up. If we break down from here, 50 exponential likely to be the place that gets tagged, which is just ever so slightly below 28,000. So we're talking 27,880 at this current moment in time. Let's have a look at momentum on the short-term time frames. Slowing down ever so slightly. Nothing massive to be concerned about, but it is slowing down. But we're still in bullish territory, so we should expect further upside generally. It's a new month, a new Bollinger Band to be focused on. And now we've come down to the horizontal, which is actually now, give or take, it's basically, we'll just call it 32,000. So 32,000, as far as I'm concerned, is the next major resistance. Could even be the top on this rally. People will then at that point start calling this nothing more than a bear market rally. But I'd just like to bring your attention to what the charts actually look like in bull markets as well as bear markets. So this is your last bull market beginnings all the way over here. So bottom, big run up, large consolidation. So it was a big run up and it happened very quickly. Took people off guard by surprise for the most part. People got caught buying higher and they basically spent the majority of this bull market in a sideways trend, which is fine because that's more or less what a Bitcoin bull market I would expect to be. It will be similar to this again. So we're going to have this run. We're probably going to have a blow off top peak given to us most likely by our weekly money flow index. If we start to go parabolic, this is where we start to get concerned. But at the moment, money flow index is very, very comfortably within range. So I don't really think we're going to see a blow off top or a peak or anything like that immediately. I think if anything, we're likely to continue to trend up to these incremental levels. So 32,000, as it has been a major area on the chart. And then we can also, think about, well, if we break down and we do go parabolic, we will start to trend up towards the 38,000. Right, so that's about all there is to say about Bitcoin itself. What's happening with altcoins, I hear you say. I hear myself say it all the time. So we've been speculating about this area on the dominance chart as I myself have layered in 10% here and 10% here. I'll do another 10% here, and then the further 20% of the 50% I'm looking to allocate will be done in the same way that the Itchy Cloud will cancel out this trend signal. So just like we've seen with Bitcoin, we've got a trend signal on the Itchy Cloud, so cross above the cloud, cheeky span above price, and price action above the cloud. We'll be looking for this cheeky span to touch price action, or the blue to cross the red. So none of those are looking like they want to happen right now, but they can also dip down quite significantly and continue with the uptrend. So the uptrend is still an uptrend for the moment. We've got no reason to doubt this uptrend, but with any uptrend, there could be pullbacks along the way. I will look to scale in towards the top of this Bollinger Band around just short of 49% dominance and see if we get a rejection from this historical support stroke resistance zone. It might not happen. I'm not saying it will, but it's worthy, just based on the chart here, it's worthy of entry points, which is why I've done 20% already. I'll do a 30% within this range, and the next 20% goes in on the cancellation of the trend signal on the itchy cloud. Don't worry, I'll sing and I'll do a song and dance about it. So let's focus on total 2 and total 3. This is total market cap excluding Bitcoin. This is excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. This one's a lot better. And on the live stream last night, we did notice that there was a handful of top cap alts, which are the ones that are making the moves, which is probably why this chart looks much better than this chart. So if we think about the old school way that alt seasons happened, and this is like old school, this is going back now to the previous cycle, humble beginnings. The previous market would have filter down rotations, so it would go from Bitcoin to top caps to medium caps to small caps to the worst caps, zero caps. That's how it did, and then it would all go back to Bitcoin, and that's how the market had always behaved, at least for the first year to 2 years of this kind of alt season type vibe. This chart suggests that if they were going to see something like that, that's how it's going to happen, and the evidence was present on the charts last night. For Patreon members only, feel free to subscribe in the description below. A brand new month, get good value for money if you subscribe at the beginning of the month. 2 live streams a week, £7.50 a month. Can't complain with that. But yeah, just to recap on the total 2, we've got a pump signal and a golden cross. So that is a really decent setup to have, and one worth taking advantage of if you believe, like I do, that the market is going to move up for altcoins. So look, golden cross is 50 exponential, crossing the 200 exponential. That's good. We also had a simple moving average cross over here, so a double golden cross, obviously, but this is the one I would focus on, and a retest of that just less than a week ago. So normally you'd see a golden cross, you get a retest of it, that's where you buy the dip. We've done that successfully across the board for whether it's the euro dollar, we did it for gold, we more or less did it for Bitcoin as well, and all went into a V-shaped recovery. So it was all really nice and good and exactly as expected. So we'll do the same thing here, and we'd expect the same kind of movement. Apart from this wouldn't be a V-shaped recovery, this would be a pump to the next major area of resistance. Is going to be sitting around here about 677 billion, which is it's not much higher than where we're at right now. That would be a resistance worth thinking about, and from the current price action to there, it's about 12%, 12.5%. And that's just, that's the major area of resistance. If we break from there, I would consider this to have been an accumulation now, and the breakout will be much, much bigger, and the gains will be much broader. And we'd be looking for a run all the way up to around 930 billion, roughly these major areas of resistance when we came slamming down in the bear market. Thinking about total 3, not quite the same. We do have a pump signal. Pump signal was generated when this went green, so that's fine. We don't have a golden cross, so this one's lagging. So we're talking basically everything apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum here. So Ethereum has obviously held the previous chart up, but it would also give us an idea of where this is likely to go. And I think this chart would, although it's not as immediately bullish, it's still bullish. And we'd be looking for decent gains across the board for all altcoins. But I think the rotation, the filter down rotation from Bitcoin, top cap, medium cap, small cap, rubbish cap, zero cap, that seems to be the process which is unfolding right now. Got one more week left in my projection for this alt season to start to materialize. Maybe we can give it a bit of contingency, but I think we're starting to see, or I certainly was, we were last night, a little bit of movement now taking place on the top caps. And so if this filter down rotation starts to begin, then we'll start to see these other coins start to move now. So things like Ethereum, and so we recognize that ADA and Algorand and Chainlink were all moving. And a lot of the other small cap coins were not. And again, some are going to start to pop here and there. We saw things happening with Holochain, didn't we? SXP. There's always other things that are going to be popping, but they're not. There's life beginning to emerge now in the altcoin market, and I think that life will thrive over the next week or 2 or 3 or even the rest of this month. But there will come a point where we will want to get out of all of this, because there was likely to be a bit more of a longer drawn out consolidation at some point. My expectation is it will be given to us either from 32 or 38, and then that would be probably time to exit the market for a little while. I mean, you can always trade it, you can short it if you're that way inclined, or you can continue watching and we'll make use of the big swings, because that's what we're good at around here. We do the big major swings. We did big, everything bounces 1 and 2 in the bear market across all markets. We'll be able to do the same sort of thing for crypto if crypto goes into a more deeper consolidation. And by deeper, if we run up to 32 or 36 or 38, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see us move all the way back down towards 20. That's more than possible over a 2, 4, 6 month period before we start to trend back up again. So just be prepared for that a little bit further down the line. But for the moment, it looks to me like very much an uptrend still in play in a BTFD environment, whether it's 4 hourly or daily. Not fussed, and I actually think that the alt season is still on the cards. So I'll leave it with you there. I hope you have a nice day and take it easy.